There's a limited time special event going on in The Sims 4 right now called Reaper's Rewards. And it's basically a way for you to play the game and then earn some cool new items. It's sort of like there was an update that came with some free new content, except you have to work to earn it first. They actually did something sorta similar to this a few months ago with that daily login rewards event. So if you opened The Sims enough times during the event, you'd get some cool stuff like a vending machine and a throw pillow. But during that event, all you had to do was open the game, and in this one, they're making us work for it. So if you've played Sims in the past couple of days, you've probably seen this big pop-up. I was very surprised when I opened the game and there was this massive screen across the whole thing announcing the event, but I guess it makes sense to really plug it so that people don't miss out. And that's just on the main menu, but when you actually load into a save, you'll get another little pop-up telling you more about the event. I don't want to judge this event too harshly because I haven't actually played it yet. That's sort of the point of this video. I wanted to walk through the initial parts of it together and kind of see how we're feeling. But I will admit that I'm a little bit annoyed by this permanent event pop-up. So up here in the top left corner is the UI for the Reaper's Rewards. These little plumb bobs in the top are the quests that we have this week, and there's going to be a new quest every week for the next 6 weeks. And then this guy, this little Grim icon, is the whole Reaper's Rewards menu. So if we click through this, we can see all the different prizes that we're going to unlock, and we can also see a progress bar. It almost looks like a battle pass from other games. Obviously for me right now, only week 1 is unlocked because it just started yesterday. But over the course of the next couple of months, these are all going to unlock, and you can catch back up. So if you missed out on week 1, it's fine. You can still play through it later on. But if you don't finish it by November 19th, I'm pretty sure that it's going to just be gone forever and you'll miss out on the chance to earn all of these items. And there are some kind of cool ones. There's like a cool new set of earrings, there's a new lot challenge, there's even like a Grim Reaper tattoo and a bike, and I would like to have these. It's kind of like if you got a pack, so you'll have the items forever, you just don't have to pay any extra money for it. And it seems like the whole point of this is to help the Grim Reaper out by learning to make ambrosia. So it's maybe going to be a little tutorial about teaching players how to do that. And in the first week, we've got 2 quests. The first one is Assistant to the Grim Reaper. Grim needs your help. Start learning everything you can about ambrosia. And the other one says, a call away. Perhaps the Ambrosia Society newsletter could get you closer to the truth. So we're gonna try to finish all of these challenges that we've got up here. But before I do that, I want to introduce you to the sim that I made for us to play through this. This is Morgan Shadow. She doesn't look too thrilled to be participating, but I promise she's excited. She's got the public enemy aspiration, and she's a loner, an overachiever, and an art lover. I actually had a lot of fun going through and doing all of her outfits. I used a lot of the werewolves pack and also the goth kit for her. I like this one because it kind of had Grim Reaper energy with the hood. But here's her formal wear. We've got our athletic wear, sleep wear, party wear, swimwear, hot weather, and cold weather outfits. The makeup is a little bit dramatic, but I think in a fun way. And oh my god, her eyebrows. Do you have this problem too where your Sim's hair changes color in casts? I keep having this problem where I'll go to the next outfit category and the hair will just swap colors on its own. That used to only happen to me with children, but it's been happening to even adults recently. But anyway, I'm gonna put her on the gallery for you in case you want to download her, and now we can actually start playing because I've got a little bit more I want to tell you about her story. So you might notice that the Grim Reaper is here, and there's also a grave in the front yard. So our poor Sim Morgan, she used to live here with her dad Nick until he was very unfortunately attacked by a killer rabbit. And as you can see, Nick is no longer with us. So Morgan was inspired to try and help the Grim Reaper and do everything that she can to get on his good side, to then ultimately maybe try and bring her dad back to life. I might introduce myself real quick and just try to befriend the guy while we're here. Maybe don't argue about his career or his politics. I feel like that's probably gonna end bad. But we live in the vampires world, and right now this is the default starter home. I'm not really interested in living in the default starter home. That's not really very fun to me. Instead, I might bulldoze this and build something else real quick. I don't really mean for this to become a build video, but I would like to have a build to live in if we're gonna be playing this challenge for the next 6 weeks. I also think that the first part of the challenge is probably going to be quite easy, so we gotta do something to make the video a little bit more interesting. Okay, so here's kind of a generic look for the outside of the house, and then I want to figure out the floor plan of the interior. It's only 1 story, so we don't really have a lot of space to furnish. Do you think if I did it like this, it would be too much, probably. I'm trying to decide how I want to lay this out, and I think it might be best to have like a little hallway. The front door is going to be right here. I don't really know what front door it's going to be. Probably not that one. We could get something kind of like this. Is that so dramatic? Is the front door? Probably. That could be fine. And then we have a little bathroom and then the bedroom. I guess the kitchen might go kind of like this. Oh, we need to use a radiator. I haven't used a radiator in a long time. Is that a waste of money? It might be. It might be a little bit of a waste of money, but that's fine. We can get a small dining room back there too. That feels reasonable as the living room layout. And we can always expand upon it as we play through the event. Like if we need to build something else, we can add to it. Sorry, I'm about to put this thing right on top of them. So all of a sudden they're in the house. All right, let me get rid of this filler furniture because that is not the vibes. It was just there so I could figure out the layout. I think I might make it really dark. I don't know what tile to put. I used this ridiculous vampires tile and now I'm like, ooh, I don't think anything really matches it at all. Okay, maybe I should have picked windows first so we could go through and add these things in kind of around the sides. I'm sorry about the mowing. I mean, seriously, why does this have to happen right now? I'm kind of in the middle of something here. We're having a big vampire-y moment. Are those too expensive? Have I spent too much money? Possibly, but it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. All right, it's looking pretty cool from the outside so far, so I feel good about that. Do I dare try to use this brick? I will be the first to admit that it's maybe a little bit much, but it's also fun. So I think I'm gonna stick to that. I think I'm kind of struggling with this right now because I don't really want to paint the walls like all black, but I don't know if this is too light or not. Okay, so that's the kitchen, and I definitely just spent like way too much money in there. I way overspent in that room. I also would love to have a fireplace, but I know that most of the fireplaces that we have are like way too expensive, and I'd love to have some kind of vampire-y curtains. I don't know if that really fits the vibes that I'm going for, but it might have to do. I know this house doesn't really have the same goth energy that she has, but remember, it's also her dad's house, and he was fancy before the chicken incident. He's not really fancy anymore because he died, but he was fancy, trust me. You know what we can use is the new couch. This is not a new couch. It's an old couch, but it feels new to me because it used to not have these swatches up until last week. That's my first time using the new swatches on that couch, so I'm very excited. Maybe it shouldn't be completely black. It could be like a dark gray though. Perhaps I should have paid for all of the necessities before I started like going all out with the furnishings in here. It might be nice to make sure we can actually afford what we need. I don't think I like the curtains. Maybe that's what's throwing me. Maybe we could pick something different. These ones are like way wider than they need to be, and I've never actually used them before, but I'm curious to try. Forget it, I'm cheating for money. I was honestly really gonna try to keep it on a budget, but it just didn't work out like that. Okay, so here's what I've got for the full living room space. I think it would probably help as a last resort just to add in some slightly fancier lights. You know, I've never actually tried to have an all black bathroom like this before. I think that the shower is very jarring. I'm open to doing that, but I just think that maybe we need a different type of shower. Where the cat just appeared out of nowhere. Or we do like a plain tub or something like that instead. This is honestly kind of ugly. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Is there a little fishbowl that kind of looks creepy? Oh, like this, the boneyard. Oh, so we can have a fish in the little graveyard. Perfect, okay. I'm kind of trying something out in the back here. I think I might add a little back door and a small back patio. The back of the house is kind of boring, so that just gives us a little bit something extra back there. And otherwise, that might be the whole place furnished. We're just gonna wanna add in a few extra things and then add in some landscaping. I'm thinking we want loads of these fancy trees like this. I'm adding my grave in. I got our mailbox. I put some planter boxes over here. And then last, we just need a trash can. I think I'll kind of just stick that in the back out of the way. Okay, so here's a little overview of the exterior of the house that we're living in. And now we can finally start playing the challenge. So the first thing we have to do is wait for the mail to get delivered, or we can expedite our mail from the home app on our phone. No way. Expedite mail delivery. I can't afford it. I'm gonna let us cheat for money real quick. Expedite mail delivery. Why is it 103 simoleons? Interesting. And then I want to buy the Grimophone as well. Oh, I can't. I have to claim it from the event, and I haven't got enough to unlock it yet. Okay, that's cool. Let's do the other one. We need to ask 3 Sims about ambrosia and order a starter flower seed packet. Okay, purchase seeds, starter flowers. And now it wants me to plant a lily and plant a snapdragon. We can start there too. What if it doesn't come come with them. Oh, it did. False alarm. Okay. Lily and a snapdragon. That's actually not that bad. Do you want to... Oh, only one of them can be watered. Them being out of season is very inconvenient. Oh, reward unlocked. Oh, okay. We have enough to claim this. This is a gardening volume 1. And then we also claimed this, an original freezer bony as a part of the collection. Is there a whole collection for that too? Yeah, freezer bony. There's 6 of them. Cool. Let's start lining those up on top of our fireplace here. I think they should probably fit all of them really easily. So some of these things are not like brand new rewards. Some of them are things that'll just help us along the way. Like we're gonna need the gardening skill, so them giving us a gardening book is gonna be helpful. Okay, reach level 2 in gardening, select a plant and research it. Ask 3 Sims about ambrosia and also research ambrosia on the computer. I guess if we have to get level 2 of the gardening skill, it might not be a bad idea for us to just plant a bunch of extra stuff. You get a pretty big jump in skill each time you plant something, so this isn't a bad idea. Oh, and the mail's delivered. I probably didn't need to be cheating or paying any money to get the mail to come faster because it comes at noon anyway. So that was maybe a little bit dramatic of me, but I was curious about that. That's new, right? Oh, we can't research a plant because it has to grow first. Cool. Cool. Let's get the mail. So this is the Ambrosia Society newsletter. Let's read that. Lots of back and forth between the 2 different quests. Okay. Welcome to our latest series where we guide you through the process of cooking ambrosia. If you have your snapdragon planted, then the next step is to work on your cooking and gardening skills. The best way to do this is to feed your garden and yourself. Okay, so now we have to cook while level 3 or higher and also buy the grimophone. We just got enough points to claim that, so we can get the grimophone now. 655, a supernatural sound system with a direct line to Grim himself, allowing his mortal acquaintances to summon him day or night. It can also play your favorite tunes if you're into that sort of thing. What? So it's a radio, but it also summons the Grim Reaper? I thought it was just gonna be a radio. Summon the Grim Reaper? What the heck? Come do that. Meet or socialize with the Grim Reaper. Look, he's just in the front yard. It's great to see you again, Mr. Grimm. I know you were here earlier. You can't dislike mischief. You got a mischief aspiration. What are you talking about? Oh, he doesn't like me. He is not my friend right now. That's very awkward. Okay, well, I'm gonna research ambrosia on the computer then. I tried to ask Grimm about ambrosia, but it looks like the pop-up's not there. So we might have to find some other Sims to ask about. Okay, ambrosia is a gourmet dish that can bring a loved one back to life. It is difficult to make and requires 3 rare ingredients. I know. I've made a lot of ambrosia in my life, Sims. I have done this many times. This is the thing, right? Like, this is kind of a tutorial, like I said, for making ambrosia, which might be useful if you've never done it before, but I've done this many times. So it does feel a little bit silly to spend all this time doing it. But also it's kind of a fun story, so I'm not mad. Okay, the next thing that we have to do is just ask Sims about it and then also cook a recipe at level 3 or higher. I might have her join a career because we're gonna need the money pretty bad. So I may have her get in the criminal career. You make like no money from that, but at least that's something. And then I might have her make some lunch. Let's make a garden salad so we don't burn the house down. We'll have to cook a handful of things a handful of different times for this because we're just about level 2, so it won't take too long. Okay, we need to perform 10 mean or mischievous interactions. Maybe I'll go out and I'll meet some Sims to ask about ambrosia and then I'll bully them. I'll bully them while I'm there. Oh, ew, it's raining. We got some fancy rich people. Hey, Clara. Ask about ambrosia. Make sure you know how to fish. You'll need it if you want to make ambrosia. Yeah, we're gonna need to get an angelfish. That'll obviously be one of the later events. We're just starting out right now. Okay. He also told me that I need to know how to fish. So they're really emphasizing that part. They're trying to make that very clear to me. I'm asking Anaya now. Oh, assistant to the Grim Reaper. Great, you've scratched the surface about ambrosia, but this is just the beginning. I need more details. Keep nurturing your garden. So that's the whole first part. Are you kidding? We unlocked another reward. Actually, we got 3. We've got a cooking volume 1. We've also got the earrings of imminent demise. And we just got an energized potion. Okay. Well, I want to put on the earrings. I'm curious to see them. So that's one of the new items. Obviously, the books are not new. Those are just meant to help us out. Okay, look. From the Reaper's Rewards event. Look at that! Oh my god, it's got like the Grim Reaper's scythe. Oh, that's actually really cool. Were those on every single outfit? I love that. That is a cool pair of earrings. That's more fun than I expected it to be, actually. You can't really see them when they're tiny, so you couldn't really tell. I also don't think that we really have that much jewelry in the base game. so that's fun to get. Okay, I think what I'll do now, I'm gonna take their advice and I'm gonna try and do some fishing. I don't have to do that for this week's tasks, but I know that we're probably gonna have to catch an angelfish later on, so it won't hurt for us to try and build some fishing skill now. I also know that we don't have any money, so if we sell a minnow or two, it might help us. The fish are too crafty. That's so embarrassing. You need to try harder. They need to tune this. I mean, seriously, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 couples are all sat here looking at the sky. Oh, make that 7. I really love that they made it so couples do this, but like seriously, every single couple in the game is doing this right now. Okay, she just passed level 3-ish. It's already 11 o'clock, so I'm gonna go back home and we'll cook a little bit more. I'm gonna be so brave and make mac and cheese and hope that she doesn't burn the house down. Oh, wait, let's put a bonefish in there. Look at how cute that is. I really like that. Captain Fishbones, the bonefish. All right, you go to sleep now. So she's level 2. We probably will get level 3 in the morning for cooking. Congrats on landing that sweet job. Her dead father has called her. Wow, okay. Let's have some fruit salad for breakfast. She's so close to level 3. Never mind. She got it. I thought she's gonna have to cook one more. A call away. With that gramophone, you can summon me whenever you need. Just don't do it too often. Traveling to this realm can be exhausting. I don't know. In some of my saves, you come here a bit frequently, Grim, and you don't ever seem exhausted. And it wants me to keep working on our cooking and gardening skills. So that's the event finished. Like we've done all of this week's stuff for the event now. We did just get a couple more rewards. First, the Scare Seeker a Lot challenge. Lots with this challenge fill Sims with eldritch excitement and attract other Sims looking for a ghoulishly good time. And we also got given a happy potion, so that'll put us into a happy emotion. That's also not new. That's one of the normal things. So there's 3 or I guess 4 new items this week because we got the freezer bony, we got the gramophone, we got the earrings of imminent demise, and we also got the Scare Seeker lot challenge. We don't really get lot challenges very often either, so I'm very interested in that. I'm kind of curious to stay here and play for a little while just to kind of see how it works. I'm gonna make her read the gardening book. Look at that. With the way the music comes out of this thing, it's kind of creepy. It's sort of ghoulish. All right, I'm gonna let her play through this while we just talk about the event so far. So obviously this is really early days. We've only played through 1 of 6 weeks now of the event. That definitely went by a lot quicker than I expected, but I'm thinking that this is probably going to be the easiest out of all of the weeks just because the later steps of Ambrosia are kind of hard. We're going to need to max the cooking and the gourmet cooking skill. We're going to need to do a lot of garden splicing to try and get a death flower. So obviously I'm making some assumptions about what the next tasks are going to be, but I think they'll probably be a little bit harder than just talking to someone and have them tell me to fish a little bit, you know? Because this week it was like, oh, you better work on your fishing skill, but it didn't actually force me to work on any fishing skills. I am extremely annoyed by this Reaper's Reward thing being here because it's just gonna stay there for the next 2 months. Like it's not gonna go away. Next week we'll have new tasks and stuff, but it's just gonna stay there for a long time and it'll be there in every single save. So I'm planning on playing the event with this sim. We'll play the whole thing with Morgan in this save. Just for a quick example, this is a save where I did a rags to riches in the other day and I can also access the Reaper's Rewards here. So if you wanted to, you could play it in any save that you're doing. You don't have to make a new sim, but I'm gonna be really irritated by this pop-up. I just know it. I'm gonna find that really annoying. I wonder if you can turn it off. Hide challenge UI. Oh my god. I don't know if you can. Yeah, I don't know about that. They do also have some pop-ups on the main menu. There's a video that kind of walks you through how it works. And they even talk in this video about how it works. And there's some like news articles that you can see to read about it if you're looking for more information. So this kind of explains everything and has like an FAQ about it. So I'll link this down below in case you want to read more about Reaper's Rewards. I think overall, I feel a little bit conflicted about this. So I had a couple of major issues with the previous login event that they did, mostly that the rewards were stored locally. So in the previous event, if you played through the whole thing and then like got a new laptop, if you didn't back up your Sims folder and bring that file with you, it wouldn't be unlocked on your new computer because it wasn't attached to your account, it was attached to your local files. They did fix that in this event. So now it's going to be attached to your account. So if your computer dies and you buy a new one tomorrow and you've got these things unlocked already, it'll stay unlocked tomorrow on your new computer. And I appreciate that because it's really dumb that that was was how it worked in the previous one. Because think about how many people have literally no idea what I'm saying right now. There are so many Sims players that don't know how the Sims 4 folder works. They don't know about backups. They wouldn't know what file to back up. Like, it's very confusing when you hear someone tell you that. So it being stored in your EA account makes way more sense. It's probably more work for them to set up, but it makes way more sense for players. So I do appreciate that they did it that way this time, and hopefully it stays that way moving forward, because I assume they're going to keep doing events like this. This event is also longer than the previous one, so you have a little bit more time to play the whole thing. And I think that's good too, because it gives you less of a chance to miss out. The first one I think was about 4 weeks long, and this one is 8 weeks long, so you've got like 55 full days to play through the whole thing. And if you come late and you start playing it like a month from now, you can catch back up with the stuff that you've missed. But even saying that, it's still possible for you to miss out on this, and I don't really like that about it. I think that's where the conflict in my head comes in, because I understand and I appreciate the desire to have like a limited time cool event. It's like a fun celebration in the lead up to the new expansion pack. It's a nice way to reward players who are playing right now. And I get that, like I understand the Sims motivations for this. I just really don't like it whenever they do stuff that is impossible to get in the future. So like the early purchase items that you can get as bonus content if you buy expansion packs early, I don't love that. And the fact that the first login event items are just gone, like you can't unlock them now if you missed out on that, I don't really love that either. So I hate that, like if something is going on in your life and you don't have time to play Sims right now, you could possibly miss out on this completely. And I know it's a long time, but like people have stuff going on, you know? And so I wish that maybe it was a scenario instead. They've got this whole scenario set up of different challenges, and these are just here permanently. And it might be kind of cool if there was a way to let it be permanent, and you still have to play through it to unlock everything, but you could get it next year. If you came back and you missed out on it this time, you could still play it eventually when you've got time to do it. I think that would be my preference, but again, I understand that The Sims is trying to give you a reason to play Sims right now. Like they want you to log in and this is their incentive to do it. And I can't really fault them for that, because I understand them trying to keep an active player base and like trying to give people reasons to want to play. And like show of hands, how many of you play The Sims obsessively for like a week straight and then don't pick it up for the next 3 months? They know people play it like that, and so they're kind of trying to give you a reason to make this week the week that you pick it up obsessively. So I don't know. I feel kind of weird about this. It's new, so that doesn't help. I had fun playing through it. I had fun making a sim in a house for it, and I'm curious to see what goes on next week with the rewards. Just as a quick piece of advice, if you did miss out on those original login rewards, if you search login rewards on the gallery, lots of people have uploaded them, and you can download these rooms and you can use the items even if you don't have them unlocked. This is from the first event a couple of months ago. It's very easy to find them all uploaded to the gallery, so take a look at that. You can also find the Reaper rewards this way. If you want to play with them right now, you can download like the bike from rooms on the gallery and play with it early. I don't know how it works with like the lot challenge and stuff. I don't think that you can really get that if you missed it, but you can at least get the build items if you missed out. But on that note, I think I'm gonna end this video right here. Thank you for watching. I'm curious to hear your thoughts about this event in the comments, so let me know what you're thinking, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. I will admit that I am kind of obsessed that it's Grim Reaper themed. Like, this is right up my alley. I'm having a blast with that part of it.